I think we're on. Hello, Marcela and Tim. How are you?
Great.
Hello, Stephanie. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thanks so much. It's great to
Thank
be
you for
here on
joining
your
me.
show. Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, so just so everybody's clear, you guys are actually together. You just appearing on in two separate rooms.
Yeah. We are a married
You're
couple.
connected.
We're even in the same house. It's just easier
Oh,
for us to be on our own
right.
computers.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I want to get right to this. When we were talking, preparing for this, we were talking about, okay, one of the big things that it sounds like you guys struggled with that you're really narrowing in on is your key to success. And what is that, and how did you get to that?
Awesome. I appreciate that. Yes, we want to share with everybody just I think the first key to success, whether you're a brand new wholesaler or you've been in the real estate business for a while, or maybe you're a buyer, any aspect of real estate, what we're learning is the key to success is focus. Focus.
Mhm.
Actually, I was talking with a wholesaler just the other day, and like a lot of new wholesalers, they were like, "I think I'm going to try to put together a team, and we're gonna, and I was like, okay, that's great. I said, first of all, do you know what your focus is going to be in terms of wholesaling? Are you going to do direct to agent, direct to seller, door knocking, all the different possibilities within wholesaling? And they're like, oh, gee, I don't know. I said, well, let's just pick one. That's a starting point. You need to know first what you're going to focus on, what type of wholesaling you're going to focus on. Then I said the second thing you need to focus on is what's your target market? Where are you going to be looking for deals? You've got to know, you got to narrow it down. You can't just search the whole earth, the whole United States for deals. It's too broad
Right,
of a. And so we narrowed it down. He picked an area, and I said, okay, now the third thing's really important. You don't want to partner up with somebody else who's brand new like you, because if you do, it's going to be the blind.
mm,
And so what you need to do is find somebody who's already successful doing the thing you want to do in the market you want to be in, and go ask them, hey, can I join your team and add value to your team? Can I make calls for you? What can I do? I will help out
right,
for free so I can learn from you and be part of your team. And so that
right.
was that was the thing. It's we all struggle, I think, with the shiny object syndrome. And I know Marcel and I have been all over the place, her with wholesaling, me with lending. But it's not all bad. You learn along the way. You learn a lot of
Right.
different skills. And Marcella has a ton of skills in the terms of the wholesaling that she can share with people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, and I can totally relate to this, Stephanie. It's so true. I mean, I started about a year and a half ago. It's been a little over a year and a half in wholesaling, and I was like, everything looked good. Like I'm going to call direct to
It
seller.
does.
And then, right, it really does. And then it went from direct to seller to no, I think, oh, I heard somebody say direct to agent. So now I'm going to,
Mhm.
my outreach is going to be focused on talking to agents and I'm going to learn that conversation. And it just, and what ends up happening is it's like going nowhere, like when you're on a treadmill, right, at the gym, and you know how that
Right,
just cycles around and you can never really get off because you're not really going anywhere all at the same time. And
right.
so what I've learned is, if like anything you start that's new, you do, like Tim said, you've got to focus. And one of the things I mean, I learned so much though, and I have to say, I don't want to dismiss it because I did
Yeah.
learn everything from being able to have a conversation with a seller to being able to have a
Yes.
conversation with an agent to being able to have a conversation with a transaction coordinator to being able to have a conversation with title company and a buyer, right, like just a buyer. And
Right.
it's just there's just so many components to that transaction. So yeah, if you're new, and I'm still helping newer wholesalers, they still come to me. I've been coaching a lot and helping other newer wholesalers to walk through this process. So if you need help, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to answer even a very simple question. or help you close a deal, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we made a big decision at the end of the last year, and that was because we felt like I wasn't getting enough traction in funding, and she wasn't
Okay.
getting enough traction in wholesaling. We said, you know what, let's just go all in together and laser focus. And
Right.
just heard from one of our partners and mentors tonight, and he had a really cool thought. He said, confusion is the enemy of action. And I think there's a lot of people out there that don't have focus, that are confused. They don't know what they're focused on. And because of that, they're not taking action, and you're not going to get anywhere. And Marcella is really good on the phone. So if you need help with
Yes.
that, reach out to her because she can help people with those things.
Yeah.
But we decided we're going to be laser focused and not even just the funding, but specifically on transactional funding. So right now
Okay.
we are only funding EMD, double
Hmm.
close, and then seller carryback. If there's what some people call it the mortgage method, some people call it the stack method. If you're a buyer and you're doing a DSCR loan, we can fund your seller carryback. So those are the three types of deals that we're doing, and it's been so freeing. I got to tell you, when you know what your focus is,
Mhm.
and you can just say no to everything else, it is like this
Yes.
weight lifted off of you, and you can just go to town marketing yourself because you know what you're about, right?
Right.
So, um, we definitely are
Love that.
available to help fund people that have those types of needs, but that's not really what we're looking for right now. We're
Ooh,
looking
okay.
we're looking for people to refer business to us. So if let me just say
Ooh.
right now, do you know anyone, maybe not yourself, maybe not right now, maybe down the road you'll use us, but do you know someone else who needs transactional funding? If you do, and you refer them to us and the deal closes, right now we're willing to share 50% of our profits with you just for referring that deal to us.
Wow. Okay, I want to pause. I want to linger on this. This is huge because I've spoken to a lot of lenders over the last couple of years that I've been in the real estate game, and I have not heard anybody make that kind of offer. So just so I'm clear, what you're saying is somebody can refer somebody else to you for one of those kinds of loans, and we're talking EMD, double close, and the
So,
seller carryback.
yes,
Okay. And if that deal closes, that person who brought them to you gets half right now, they get half of the profit that you guys make.
exactly. Yes, that's exactly right.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they can do
That's
that,
cool
and they can do that over and over again. So,
for as long as you're doing it, right? Like that may not be forever,
Right.
right,
right?
right.
Exactly.
That might
Yeah.
Yeah.
not be forever. I think that's awesome. So over and over again, if they brings, okay, so let me ask you this. I want to get clarity. Okay, so say I know somebody
Mhm.
and I bring them to you. Say the person's name is Sam. I'm going to bring Sam to you, and he needs one of these or maybe all of these on different deals.
Yeah.
And each time that he does a deal with you because I brought him to you, I get 50% of each one of those too.
Yeah.
Is that
So
what
all
you're
you need to
saying?
do, yes, all you need to do is this: you communicate with them, send them
Yes.
to our website, which is gatortoclose.com.
Mhm.
They go to the website, they click on the apply for funding button, they fill out the
Okay.
form, and so basically you just reach out to us, say, hey, I sent
Okay.
Sam to you, and
Yes.
let me know if he submits a deal. And then if he
Okay.
submits a deal, I'm going to immediately get back to you. Hey, great news, Sam, he asked
Right.
for our funding. We're gonna look at if we can fund the deal or not. We'll
Mhm.
keep you posted.
Right.
Hey, great, the deal went through. We're hoping it'll close on such as a date. We'll keep you posted. And hey, guess what? The deal closed. We'll be sending you a check for half our profits. That's how it works.
Nice. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
folks. Seriously. Okay, so the
And
website again, Gator to close at
gatortoclose.com. So
oh, it's
GATOR,
Gator. Okay,
the number two,
Yeah.
good to
CLOSE.com.
know.
Yeah, gatortoclose.com.
Yeah.
And just so people
Beautiful.
know, like if you're thinking, well, yeah, but I don't even know Tim and Marcella, how do I know they can fund our deals? Well, we're part of a team right now that's done over 200 deals to the total of
Wow.
20. We funded up to over $22 million in transactional funding.
Hmm.
And so we can fund up to 250K for EMD, and we can fund up to
Okay.
10 million for double close. So we have the
Okay.
experience, we have the funds, and we have the team that can get it done for you quickly and efficiently.
That is so good. I'm glad that you shared that as well because when I was thinking EMD, I was thinking single family home for maybe, $3 to $5,000 or something like that. And so with that amount, that actually could even go towards like a small multifamily then
Yes,
potentially.
exactly. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Okay.
definitely. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good to
Yeah.
know. And then so that's the EMD. So for those who aren't, they're new to this process, they're new to this world. What does it mean exactly? The seller carry back. What does that look like?
Hmm.
Could we walk
Yeah,
through an
good
example,
question.
like
Um,
high level?
That's probably the trickiest of the three. Can I start off with the easiest one? And people might not even,
Sure.
there's probably brand new people that don't even know what EMD is.
Okay.
So EMD is earnest money deposit. So when you get a property under contract that you're planning on turning around and wholesaling, you have to
Mhm.
put some earnest money down, especially if you're working with a direct to agent situation. The agent is going to
Ooh,
require 1% down. So if you, let's say you borrow or you know somebody who's going to take down a wholesale property that costs $500,000, the agent's going to want you to put down $5,000. So as a
gotcha.
brand new wholesaler, they might not have that $5,000. That's where we come in. We'll fund the 5,000. Let's say you're going to turn around and assign the contract to somebody else for 510,000. You're going to make 10,000.
Hmm.
Our fee is, let's say, 40% is our standard for EMD. So
Okay.
what we're going to do is we're going to fund the 5,000, and then when the deal closes, we're going to get our 5,000 back, and from the end buyer, and we're going to
Yeah.
get 2,000 out of your 10,000. So you make 8,000 that you would have made zero because you couldn't put down the
Right.
EMD, but now you're going to make 8,000 because now you have somebody that can provide that EMD for you. Double close would be we bring the full 500,000 and we buy the property. We turn around 15 minutes later and we sell it to an end buyer for 550,000. But we don't want the seller to know we're making 50,000, and we don't want
Right.
the buyer to know we're making 50,000. So we do two contracts. We do a double close, and nobody knows but you that you made $50,000. That's a double close.
Hmm.
Now the seller carryback's a little more complicated. Basically, it's somebody, an end buyer, who's getting a DSCR loan for their property, uh, which I don't need to go into details on that, but it's basically they're gonna use that property as a rental property, and they're getting the loan based on the income they're gonna make, not the cost of the
Yes.
property itself.
Right.
So with that DSCR loan, they're going to go to a financial institution that's only going to lend them 80% of the value that or the amount that they need.
Hmm.
So
Right.
what they're going to do is if they're buying it from a seller who owns the property outright, they're going to say, hey, we're going to buy your property. We're going to use this DSCR loan. Would you be willing to fund the 20% for us? And
Ooh, okay.
so, sure, no problem. We'll do that.
Hmm.
So what that person's going to do is they're going to have a side note with the seller that the seller is going to carry back the 20%. But they've got to bring that 20% to the closing table to satisfy the lender. So
Right.
we provide the 20% at the closing table to satisfy the lender.
Okay.
And then when the deal closes, the seller finance portion comes back to them, at the closing table,
Okay.
and we take our money out of that. So again,
Gotcha.
that
It,
whole thing is crazy. And if you're
Definitely
doing
more
it,
complicated.
I was going to say that's whiteboard action there.
yeah,
So
That is. But
that's a
you did
little
a
hard.
fabulous job. You did.
yeah,
You did a fabulous job. I think this is a nice way to tee it up for the next video because you guys have your own podcast, right?
Oh, thank you.
I want to
Yes,
plug
and
that.
I think we're
Yes.
going to have you on our podcast soon too. So yes, um, you know what? We are in the process of shifting it up a little bit here. We
Okay.
have been Gator Spotlight, but what we realized as we've been interviewing people is we're not just interviewing lenders. We're not just interviewing Gators. We're
Right.
interviewing everybody in the real estate space. We have had
Yes.
hard money lenders, wholesalers, we've had end buyers, we've had transactional lenders, we've had TCs. I mean, you pretty much name
Yes.
anybody in the gamut of the real estate investment business, and we've had them on our Gator Spotlight. But we're going to be shifting that up. Maybe you'll be our first guest on REI Spotlight.
Nice. I love
But
it.
right now, you can find us. Search for Gator Spotlight. Search for at Gator to Close on YouTube, and you can find our channel and check out some of our previous videos. I appreciate you
yeah.
mentioning.
Thank
So
you.
Absolutely, absolutely, because that's the thing, right? Is sometimes you can't get all of the info in one shot.
mhm.
So check out the rest of the content, guys. There's a lot of good stuff out there. And this is the thing, you get connected with Tim and Marcella. They just talked about everybody else that they've talked to and they've met with. And the key to real estate, to
Yeah,
being an entrepreneur, is your relationships, right? Your net worth is your network.
yeah,
So you want to connect with as many people as possible and focusing, like you guys said, focusing on whatever that thing that you're going to focus on, right? So Jesse, real quick, I got to share this. Jesse Stanton, one of the OG leaders in Sub 2, he was very, very good about how he kind of laid that out for everybody. Pick
mm,
3 of the avatars, is what
mm,
he said. There's tons of avatars out there. Pick
yeah,
3 avatars that you are going to intentionally connect with,
mm,
because that is what you're going to focus on, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
You can
Mhm.
meet with everybody, but the thing is you, if you're going to be a wholesaler and you're going to be direct to agent, and you need funds, then
right,
you need to talk to gators, you need to talk to lenders, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
then you need to connect with agents. So pick
mm,
your thing that you're going to do, and then who are the 3 types of people that you want to connect with to
mm,
build your network,
yeah,
right? So
yeah,
being focused, being very intentional about the actions, we can all, I've done it, we've all done it. There's
yeah,
shiny object syndrome. There's all these little ticky tacky things, the little administrative things that you could spend your time on, and you feel like you've been so productive because you've been so busy, but did it actually get you that much
Mhm.
closer to
right,
your goals?
right,
Yes.
Right? And
yes,
when you look at it from that perspective, you might find that you just did a lot of busybody work, but you didn't actually make the uh, make the actions, take the actions that are going to get you that much closer to your goals. So I love it. Focus, consistency.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Focus leads to clarity, which eliminates confusion, which leads to action. I
yeah.
gotta,
Yeah.
I gotta ask you, Stephanie, what's your main focus? What's your part in the real estate space? What are you focusing on right now?
Oh, I am all about co-living, baby.
All
Pad
right, there you
splits and
go.
co-living.
Ah,
Yes. Pad splits the brand. Co-living is, I'm all in. Yes. I love, because I want to buy and hold. I want
yeah.
that appreciation. I want all of those things. But we'll talk more about that
On
when
our
we get
podcast.
together on
When we
your
get
podcast.
Yeah,
you're gonna
Yes.
find out more about Stephanie and what she's
Find out
doing.
more.
yes,
In
I love it. That's
upcoming
great.
upcoming REI
I
Spotlight
love
podcast.
it.
Yeah, that's
Thank
awesome.
you
That's
so much. I really
awesome.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Everybody, reach out to Tim and Marcella on their website, fill out that information, go on YouTube, check them out there as well. And I'm thinking you guys are on Facebook and Instagram as well,
Yeah.
right? Do you want to share
Yeah.
your handles there?
So go ahead, Marcella. What?
Oh, I don't even know my handle there. Are you kidding?
Well, you can find us. You can
I
find
don't
us.
even pay attention.
You can find us on Instagram at Gator to Close. Same
I'll
thing.
just
Okay.
go there. I have
GATOR.
Perfect.
my own personal account. Yeah. And he has a
Yes.
business account. So
But
yeah.
you'll find us. You'll find us on Instagram and then
Yeah.
Facebook.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, that's
All
good.
right.
All right. So good
Thank you
to
so
see you.
much.
Thank you for having us, Stephanie. And it was so good to
Thank
talk with you.
you. Great
Absolutely.
talking with you. I
Yeah.
love it.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
actually got some clarity on some things. So thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for
Perfect.
That's
sharing.
great.
You are
That's
welcome.
great. Well,
All
thank you
right.
so much.
Take care.
All
All
right.
right, we'll
Thank
talk to
you.
you